The first paid job I ever had was at Sprouts. For those of you who aren't familiar with Sprouts, it's a grocery store. I had applied generally for all open positions because I really just wanted a job. By that time, I had applied to around 5 places and had been rejected around 5 times. So when Sprouts was like, "Yeah, you're accepted," I was freaking ecstatic. Okay, I wonder what I'm gonna do. Anyways, I went in to pick up my uniform before orientation. So where am I gonna work? The vitamin department. There's a vitamin department? Do you know a lot about vitamins? I know a bit. I said this because saying, "Ha ha, no," sounded like a bad move before even starting the first day. Honestly, even now, I'm not sure how I ended up there. It goes without saying, the job was physically and sometimes emotionally taxing as most retail jobs are. Lots of stocking, ordering, cleaning, and customer service. I usually ran closing shifts after my classes at my local community college or opening shifts on the weekends at 6 a.m. because those were the only times I could work. But I really liked my team and I got access to a lot of freebies. And I mean a lot. Companies liked having vitamin clerks try their products so that we could put in a good word for their products when we talk to customers. So I got a lot of free stuff like protein powder, multivits, probiotics, spirulina, and cosmetics because we also sold cosmetics. I also got melatonin once. I put that back in the freebie box. As a healthy 20-year-old at the time, I don't think I actually felt any positive effects of ingesting anything. But still, free stuff is great. Now, on to the topic of customers. Customers! Yes, there were many interesting customers. Vitamin bottles are super easy to steal. They're small, neatly packaged, and perfect for snatching off the shelves to sell on eBay or Amazon. I swear, 40% of my shift was me just walking around, dusting the shelves with one eye on the shelf I was dusting and the other on every customer that entered the vitamin department. There was this one time my manager quietly pointed out somebody and told me, "Keep an eye on that guy in the baggy blue hood. I just noticed 2 curcumin bottles gone." We only keep 1 or 2 bottles of anything expensive on the shelves. If it's super expensive, like more than $50, we give it directly to the cash register for the person to purchase on their way out. Despite this, it wasn't rare to have bottles randomly go missing. Yes, there are cameras monitoring customers, but nobody actually has the time or motivation to pull up the footage, chase after the customer, use the footage as evidence, and demand the customer to return the stolen goods. My manager was concerned that this guy had it stolen and was attempting to steal more. So I followed him. Like if he changed aisles, I changed aisles with him. He started walking faster, and I walked faster with him. This guy began rushing as if he were trying to lose me in the small vitamin department, but he kept returning to the aisles with the more expensive products. So I just kept blatantly following him until he stared menacingly at me. So I stared right back. And then he left. That was it. It's not like I could have told him to turn out his pockets. Also, don't do this. It's not worth engaging in conflict with a customer. There was this other incident with the female customer when I was working the shift with another team member. Let's call this team member Sally. Right off the bat, this customer was very curt and frustrated. She explained symptoms that her ill husband was exhibiting, and because we vitamin clerks are not licensed medical professionals, we're not allowed to give medical advice. We couldn't really give her any of the certainty she wanted. I was looking up information she requested when she suddenly began yelling at my coworker, calling Sally incompetent and stupid. A manager from a different department yeeted that customer out of the store. Now, I had 5 coworkers in the vitamin department. I'm going to change up their names because I haven't spoken with them in a long time now. Celine was the assistant manager. She was also very on top of her job, super knowledgeable about everything going on in the vitamin department. Sally was very kind, calm, and chill. Keith did what he was asked to do, nothing more, nothing less. He was mellow and had dreams of producing his own movie someday. I liked working with him because it was super chill. I didn't feel like I needed to work hard around him, I just had to work. Ben, the guy who joined a couple of months after I joined, was hilarious. He talked nonstop about the wild experiences he had. He was also very fast at stocking stuff. Sherry was my manager. My first impression of her was, this is not a woman to cross. And she definitely wasn't. She held both herself and the team to pretty high standards. Sprouts has this thing called a vitamin extravaganza every year, and this was probably the busiest time for us. Sherry would give us her credit card during our lunch breaks a week before the extravaganza started. I'm sure it was her way of preparing us for war, giving us an incentive to sell a lot. She also had a very kind side. I was working the closing shift one night with Sherry and was super stressed due to upcoming exams. She told me to reduce my hours if I needed more time to prepare for exams and to focus on school. I left a bit early that day to study. I ended up leaving Sprouts when I transferred from my CC to a university far away. In fact, I actually got my university acceptance letter at the vitamin department counter. I wasn't allowed to have my phone on me, and I just wasn't going to wait until my shift was over. That's all for now. I'm not sure if I can ever do another retail job with such a positive attitude, and I'm glad that I got the experience. Thanks for watching.